Are you big or am I small?
Well, that's all a matter of perspective. When you're next to me,
When I'm next to you,
I seem tall.
you seem tall.
But to Paul, hi Paul, we'd both be small together. That's why I think it's better to focus on the qualities that can't be measured.
Like kindness, courage, and curiosity.
Patience, resilience, generosity. Inside every duck is more than the eye can see.
So if you look
If I look big and you feel small,
well,
well, that's all a matter of perspective.
Hey everyone, I just wanted to say thanks for watching that small tribute animation I made for Katie, and I hope you like it. Now, this segment of the video is me talking, giving my thoughts and opinion on her and the situation that led to the reason why I wanted to make this into a video. So if you don't want to hear me talk, then you're welcome to click off and have a good rest of your day. If not, and you're still here, then I really appreciate it. Alright. So, I'm gonna be real with y'all on this part. So, if you don't know anything about what happened with Katie or the whole situation that happened of last year, then I have a video in the description down below that probably talks about it in greater detail, but I'll give my summary of it. So, rewind a bit back to last year in March, Katie would upload the video titled Basics and Behavior. Now, this one video alone would, have a big impact on her throughout the whole year. Now, this video, as you all know, would garner a lot of attention. Now, this can be seen as a good and or bad thing. On one hand, she had gathered, a new audience and bigger audience that actually loved her work. But, on the other hand, this random explosion of attention would, be a bit of pressure on her. Things would start fine, but as with all big things that explode online, there's hate that follows with it, and FP isn't an exception. In summary, this hate and other stuff would eventually lead to a lot more, like almost like harassment towards her as well. Not only that, like taking away how toxic her community kind of was her community was turning into. Her work, the original thing itself, was being used in ways that would make her uncomfortable. This would include content farms or even NSFW of it. Now, moving on to September, after all that had happened, she said that she didn't want anything to do with FPE or lost any motivation she had for it and passion she was gonna put into it. And to a lot of people, that was, probably, really sad news to them, but, it's her work at the end of the day, and all you can do is just respect her decision for that. And pretty much how people treated it was, pretty reasonable for her to act like that. Now, fast forward to February of this year, she gave a really big announcement to wanting to step away from being online. Not step away, but just quit being online and just start over in general. And yeah, as you know, that would be really devastating to a lot of her fans. Months later, she would about 2 more months later after she left, she would give a mini announcement on her channel, which had pretty much every video on there unlisted or privated, just giving how she's doing. It was pretty much positive. People were happy about it. Now, fast forwarding to why I'm making this video and why I made that tribute in the first place. 3 weeks or so as of recording this, I don't remember, she had full on deleted her channel, and seeing that was shocking to me and to a lot of people. But also in the same thing, in the same way, it didn't really surprise me in the long run, as she did always talk about wanting to like start over on everything, and she does want to stay private too. So, doing all this makes sense in the long run when you think about it. But it still was devastating and sad for a bit for a lot of her fans. And I have seen that in the course of a few days as well after that after hearing about that. And that's what mostly made me want to talk about this and make that animation is, just, I don't know, just give my thoughts on everything about this whole thing. And, make this animation, to help people get back up, and feel better. So, so after summarizing pretty much the whole situation, what happened, I'll just give my thoughts on it. I mean, hate is something you'll most likely deal with. Anyways, it's something we'll deal with a lot, especially with content creators. But the problem in her case with this hate is that it just led to actual harassment towards her, and how toxic the community was towards her, or at least like just the haters in general towards her. It was pretty bad to the point of her, like the harassment was pretty bad to the point where I'm pretty sure people even tried to dox her, and I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. That is generally fucked up. Like, I'm just being like, for real. That's just not okay. Like, if you're generally just doing this because you don't like the content or you think it's funny, it's not. Like even for me, man, as a person who generally does get a little toxic when it comes to games, I have my boundaries too as well, and that is just not okay. Now, when it comes to the announcement to not wanting to continue FPE, that didn't sadden me. It was more so the one thing that really impacted me on that alone was seeing someone lose motivation and passion for something they put a lot of care for. And I think that really hurted me the most, seeing someone else lose their love for that. And I don't think I'll ever relate to that kind of feeling. And I don't wish that on anybody else. In February, when she did leave, I honestly think that was the best decision she could have made in the long run, as, having all this to deal with, like all the other stuff that happened in the last year that she had to deal with. It was probably best that she just just stayed offline. And I don't mean that in a hurtful way. I think, it's probably best for her own mental health to just stay off, especially if it is a lot for her, and it was a lot for her. So so my thoughts on Katie alone, from what I saw of last year and then to now, I see Katie as like of actual a big inspiration to a lot of people. And I think that's very inspiring to go for, as I just want to I mean, I've seen these inspirations in a lot of things as people made different stuff out of it and were inspired by her own work. I've even seen this firsthand with someone I've met a couple months ago, that being TJP Games. And his work, or what he's doing, was mostly inspired off of Katie's work, and I I think that's great, and I think he's doing well in that. And if I didn't meet him, I don't know if I'd still be doing this kind of thing right now. And seeing how that spiraled down from that, and it all came down to like Katie alone, earns a lot of respect from me. Now, this is just a message to the community itself, to FPE, but I'm sure that it has gotten better. But sometimes they need just a reminder of some stuff. Remember that she is a human as well. She is a teenager. She shouldn't be having to deal with all of this shit at that age. And if she feels pressured and doesn't want to continue this, then all we have to do is respect that decision and let her go. Now, this is to Katie, if you are listening to this. I highly doubt it concerning how small I am, but but this is one-on-one. Me and you, Katie, one-on-one. just a conversation and what I have to say. I've seen the things you've created before FPE as well. I've seen the passion, I've seen your motivation and your passion to put love and care into these things that you love doing. And last year, I know it was tough for you. And I want you, and I know you are recovering still, but I want you to, if anything, I want you to still fight on and hold on to that passion, because that is generally something you should be proud of doing. You should generally be proud of the passion you have for this thing, for this stuff, for this thing you like doing or love doing. And you should be proud to be a big inspiration to a lot of people to start doing their own things and make their own works. And I just want you to keep that passion and motivation you have for any future projects you do in the future, whether it's seen or not or kept private. I want to say is, keep hold on to that passion, that strong passion you have for anything, and good luck to anything in the future. Now, coming to the end of this, I will mention that this will probably be like the last times I'll ever mention Kaaatie, as I do want to respect her wishes of, keeping her private. And as that's all she wants at the end of the day. She wants her own privacy and she wants to start all over. So I will respect that decision and try not to mention her as much. And hopefully everyone else, hopefully a good amount of other people can do so as well. Now, this isn't saying you can't enjoy FB or keep making content for it or make stuff out of it. You can just respect Kaatie's wishes and let her, do her own thing and let her do something that she loves doing. As a final note, to everyone, to the community of FPE, just know that she's human as well, and, we should respect her as like any other human. And to Kaaatie, good luck on anything. And yeah, that's all I really wanted to say in this video. So yeah, see ya.